Hello, my name is Kabindra Lama. My student ID is 77356761. I'll just go over all the things that I've done for ASE Assignment Part 2. These are all just like your basic information here. I am Group 3 for Satish Kumar. I've uploaded it on I'll upload it on my Beckett after I'm done making the video. I also know the penalty for late submission. I've also done YouTube recording for this one, and I'm aware if my video is over 15 minutes, I'll have to verify my YouTube account, and I'll do that if it does so. I'll also put chapter markers in my video for each questions. I've also read all the instructions beforehand, actually answering all the questions. I've seen tons of documentation that is all required. I've got latest BOOSE that I've already opened it here basically. Just those. That's fine. Yeah, so version control. This is my GitHub basically. Yeah, and I've already put my link in here, my documentation which is here. I've already opened it here as well. Feel free to take a look around. I've put all of the methods, all the things that I've done, all really well documented. I've done total commit of 5 in part 2. I did have a bit of difficulty trying to do commit it because I was trying to switch between my MacBook and Windows, which was having a bit of difficulty trying to push and pull. So there was so many times that I had to delete the whole file and rewrite it again. So there's tons of things that those you will see there, but that's fine. Apart from that, I've done more than 5 documented commits. I've updated the README, which is here. I've got 2, so this is the big one basically. We've got link for XML documentation. Feel free to check that out as well. The other one, this is where it is basically, so check that out. We've got another one which is README. We've got a couple of details here, which is the same thing obviously, but just making sure there is another one as well. Interfaces that I've used, it's obviously there. So I've used one in rectangle, which is calling in I command, which is a part of BOOSE. AppRect, which is a class that I named, is inheriting from rect and I command, which is an interface in BOOSE. So what it does is that it tries to check all the actual things that makes a shape a rectangle and tries to override the restriction by checking the parameters and all those things. I've done a couple of it here as well. So yeah, we've got tons of classes that I've created. That is one of the examples of interfaces that I've used. I've done unit tests for all my classes, which is here. So yeah, I've got this one. I will just run the test real quick. I've done 33 tests. It's just going to take a while. So yeah, 33 passed. All of the tests that I've done, it passed. So there is that. So it's a yes. I've also done clear XML comments on my test basically. So that's fine as well. All of them showed green ticks. I did that again. I will run the test again just to let you know that all the tests ran okay and it is all green basically. So that's okay. Going to design pattern, I've done factory design pattern, which is here in app command factory. So it basically, as I said, I've created tons of classes, and then it's being called here. If a user types certain amount, the entire thing is being called. And there is also another interface is being used. So yeah, it's just basically what user types, and if it matches, then it basically calls the entire class. Additional design pattern, I tried doing it but I couldn't really do it, so I haven't done that. I've left it not applicable here, that's fine. Implementation of details, if I run this, I will show you that like I am running like a very up-to-date BOOSE version. Basically it's 1.1, which is the latest one, and yeah, I've basically just updated it here. That's sorted as well. I'll just stop that right now, that's fine. So yeah, it's got like all of, oh sorry, not that one, yeah. So I've got that about, that's fine. Coming to like an actual unrestricted one, so there are like two versions of it. So one which is the one that you showed, that the real one, like the recent one. The other one was the old one, which matches with the photo, the screenshot that you've put. So when I run this, yeah, so yeah, it draws that. The other one is the one that you uploaded here, which is unrestricted BOOSE int. I'll just do that. Okay, let me just go over. Yep, there we go. That's the other one. Yeah, so that is done. I will like paste the link of the repository here. It's just going to be like in a folder that I will update after this video, because I need to take screenshots of all of it. Then the other one is unrestricted real. So let's just go to that one. So once you control it there and go run the command again, yep, it will change the color and display that. Also, coming back to AppInt, I forgot to explain the code to you. So basically, AppInt is inheriting from int, which is a method, one of the method of BOOSE. So it calls that in, and then it basically tries to override the restriction. Yeah, and then like basically use all the things that is in BOOSE library and tries to display what the user is typing. The other one is the same for real as well. It's inheriting from real, which is another part of BOOSE library. Same thing, going over, trying to override the restriction and display what the user wants, basically. So that is done as well. Okay, so I will upload that again, like later. So for array, unfortunately, the array is not working. It is throwing a bit of an error, but I'll still go over like what it says. It basically shows an error of, we're trying to sort that thing out, but couldn't really do it. So it shows an error here. So this also shows that like I have done exception handling and my error works fine. But yeah, basically it's just throwing a bit of an error, but that's totally fine. So I've not done an array. So I'm just gonna put no to it and no. Oh, so no, blank, I'll just leave blank. That's fine. So I can just show you like quickly brief of like what I did in array. These are all just like, again, that's the same thing. So I tried like doing it from like array, which is one of the part of BOOSE, and just tried to override it, but for some reason it's just not like working properly, which is fine. That's totally fine, but yeah, I've not done the array. It's only half complete. If we go with AppWhileLoop, so the first one is unrestricted while loop. Let me see, it's unrestricted while loop. There we go, unrestricted. Okay, let me just copy that, do that real quick. Duh, and duh. Yeah, so this one basically works totally fine as well. It just displays like the while loop, and yeah, it just draws that thing where it changes all the pen color, it draws like all the shapes, all the recurring shapes and everything like that. I'll just go over AppWhile. Where is it? Yeah. So yeah, there is AppWhile again. It inherits from while, which is part of BOOSE again. Again, same thing, trying to override the restriction and basically calling it. So whatever user types, it's going to be displayed there, which in our case was the other one. the one with like circly things and drawing bits. I will upload that later again. For for, okay, so for restricted for, okay, unrestricted fors, BOOSE, that's fine. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me run the code again. Yeah, so it basically draws that thing where it's like circle of like different colors and different positions and different tools. So yeah, it basically works as well. Going with for, again, it is inheriting from for, which is part of BOOSE. It's trying to go over like all the ints, so it's setting off like starting value, ending value of the loop, and it's also like executing, like it's like a block to execute in the loop. There's like the number of times that is being tracked, like how many number of times the loop is being executed, the maximum number of time it can be executed. We've got like really well documentation here. So yeah, it's basically just doing all that. It's got like parameters, and it's basically again trying to overwrite the code so that there will be no restriction while the user types and displays what they want, basically. So for is done as well. That's fine. I will upload that later again. I'm really sorry to be saying that so many times, but yeah. We've got unrestricted BOOSE. So if you copy that and paste it here, so what you're basically going to get is that one, which is displaying all the things. So if I go and check over at if, again, it's calling if, which is one of the part of BOOSE, and trying to override restriction, which is similar to what we saw in while, for, and all the loops, basically. Sorry. So yeah, it's done. I'll upload that later. Else is working unrestricted. It does work. So for that one, basically, where is it? So it's app else here. Again, it was just like calling else, like inheriting something from else and just trying to override the restriction. And it was as simple as that, to like just override the entire thing and make it work. So else works fine as well. Okay, that's sorted. I'll upload that later again. Unfortunately, again, for methods, it is not working. I did try to sort that thing out, but it just doesn't work properly. So yeah, it just throws an error. Let me just show that error to you. Yeah, it's just got like error here. But that's fine. I'll just go and show it. Oh, sorry. Show you the app method. Yeah. So I tried trying to override it again, but it just didn't work because it's just got like so many things, that bits and pieces that didn't really align with the other rest of the code. And I feel like, yeah, that's definitely wrong. So it just didn't work. That's fine. Done no. I'll leave that like open. I've not done anything additional substantial, unfortunately, because I didn't really have like much time around. I tried doing it like a couple of times, but it was just like a bit complicated in a sense that, yeah, so I couldn't really do it. I'll just leave it empty, this one, because I've not done anything at all. So yeah, facilities, not really. Yeah, so this is just like more like the XML comments and stuff like that. I did use a bit of like AI to know like what it is and like what it's trying to explain, basically. So a bit for XML, bit for XML comment, XML comment. Yeah, that's fine. Library use other than standard, I haven't really used any other standard libraries. I've just done like BOOSE and just like system libraries and all those things. So I've not really used like any of the libraries that is extra per se. it's just like all the systems diagnostics and stuff like that. So I've not used any extra libraries apart from non-standard libraries. Yeah, I'll just leave that non-applicable as well. That's fine. Yeah, I do understand, like, without agreed mitigation and late penalties, I do understand all of that. But before I click submit and like do all of that, I'll just go over like all the other things. I've also done like unrestricted parser, which is just like trying to parse the program and like try to display all of it basically. I've got reset. I tried making it work, unfortunately couldn't work. I've got program, I mean there's just like a basic one which makes like the entire program work. Clear, which acts as like, as you saw, if I put like any sort of command and like press clear, it's just going to work fine. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if I just put any of those. Okay, so yeah, if I press clear, it's just going to clear off the entire screen, so like the user can draw it again. Yeah, so clear is there. I've done write, so it does the write function, so it just, yeah, like writing on the canvas basically. We've got AppWhile, as I went through over it, like it's just trying to overwrite the restriction, and it's just calling while, which is a part of BOOSE. Same with triangle. And there is also like it was more of like a part one thing, so I've just left it be. We've got app stored program here, where it's like calling in stored program, which is again part of BOOSE. I've just used like standard system thingies and stuff like that. Canvas, I've called another interface here. I tried doing it like a bit of like array thing, but it couldn't work, so I've just like commented it out. Again, just trying to overwrite all the things to make it run depending on what like the users are doing. There is app rectangle, which is, again, I did go through it again. So it's just like calling in the interface I command. It's checking like its parameters, it's checking whether it's filled or not, and it's trying to override it and trying to execute it. AppReal, again, same thing, trying to overwrite the restriction. Same with method, it didn't work unfortunately, so I can't really like go over like all the lines that I did. There is app else, which worked perfectly fine. All I had to do was just overwrite the restrictions. And yeah, app command factory, where like it's just showing that like if user types certain thing, it's just being called like certain classes. App canvas, it's basically like the canvas where like all the things are being this is where like majority of the things are being handled, from pen color to like move to, draw to, all those things is being called here. And iCanvas, another interface that is being called, which is part of BOOSE again. And there is AppArray, which didn't work unfortunately. Yeah, so rest of it is just like app canvas test, which is right there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for all the forms. I think I've sorted out all of those. Yeah, I will like put the repository for like the photos and screenshots of like all the things that I've done here. And yeah, that's about it. Like I think that's pretty much it. That covers all the things that I've done this time around. And yeah, I'll just click submit later and make sure to upload this video and also upload it on my Beckett, and yes, complete my assignment. Thank you so much. That's about it. So I'll just end the recording.